Let's try that again. No, hang on. What's going on? Hello there, everyone. For some reason, it didn't want to do the normal thing. There's always something with this bloody thing. Alright, 1 second. Let me just get this thing doing what it should be doing. Hello there. I think that's it. Hopefully it won't blow anyone's eardrums out when I turn it on. There we go. That should be right. You're lower back, but trying to deal with it. I'm sorry about that, Drafts. I'm going to say, no one likes being hurt. Physically or emotionally. But yeah, going to say, hopefully you're on the mend. Let me get this open. We've had new broadband here. I did mention it on the Hermit server. And I'm hoping it means the stream's going to be smoother. I'm hoping. We'll soon find out, obviously. But if it is smoother, then we're in a very good place. Oh, you've been hurt for a while. So essentially, it's like you're still struggling with it. I assume that's what you meant first time. I mean, yeah. I remember you telling me about that, actually. To be honest, I thought it might be a case that you'd, like, doubled down and got worse with it, but, yeah, still, that's rough, man. Have I just hit play? Yeah, there we go. It's alright, I wasn't sure if I played the music or not. Okay. This is the trouble when I'm trying to be sneaky at the start of the stream, like when the start screen's on. I think, ooh, I'll just start playing my game. And to be fair, I did win the battle I was trying to win, but the flip side is I did also forget to turn the music on and check my settings. So first GAC win at the moment, 8 to 11 to 10. Very nice. Hope you keep it up. Hello, Pam. You finished your GAC early, so you can you do yours without being distracted. Honestly, I think my first one's going to be good. Might need help with the second one though, because that one looks more tasty. We've got, let me just get this right in my head. We've got a big mismatch on Tamin, but we've got a more even match on Crimson. Just want to check my settings here. I think that looks alright. Okay, let's pop that there. What would it be if I wasn't doing my fleet climb at the start of the stream? Well, a Friday, really, but still. Let's go there. Could really do a foresight on Sith Assassin. Why do I attack ship first? Do you mean, why do I do my ship climb? Essentially, it's just because the payouts go Squad Arena, which isn't really worth much now, and then Fleet Arena. So, oh, okay, so we're talking about that one? Razor Crest, or are you talking about why do I attack that one first? Essentially, I go for IG-2000, the one I just got out. Yeah, you can't actually attack the capital ship. You know, once you've taken out the ships in the middle, you win. So you can't actually do anything to the capital ship, really. I say really that technically you can, but it's more for show than actual mechanics. Let's do that. It's like when this ship came out, I say this ship, when the big ship here came out, Leviathan, you could actually take out the capital ship. It was a bug, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, Osprey just called me on it. But yeah, other than that, you shouldn't really be able to do it. I've got to admit, it was a fun bug, that. I didn't have Leviathan at the time, but it was still pretty cool seeing it. Oh, I'll tell you what, you might lose your hair trying to do the Anakin farm, but my god, it's worth it. It's still one of the top ships in the game, in my opinion. It's certainly not a fun farm. I feel like I say that about a lot of farms, but there are some slogs, and Anakin was definitely one of them. It takes a really long time. Oh, you're closing in 1 mil then. It's amazing how quick you can gain 20 power. Plus you got your rewards from the raid today, so you can put that towards gearing tunes up. Okay. How I see it, Chopper's one of those weird ones where if you'd have asked me 12 months ago, it would have taken Chopper to gear 12, I'd have said not in a month of Sundays, but Captain Rex really has elevated him, so as long as you go for Rex, it's worth doing it. It's just, without Rex, he kind of suffers a bit. Yeah, it's the way you have to think about the game as far as you've got your different farms, so Phoenix, you've got Mara Jade, so I'm assuming Empire. So yeah, it's just always having two teams and then going for another two, etc. Yeah, Captain Rex will definitely improve it when you've got him up and running. Although, at your level, I bet you can get away with it. Right. That battle I did before didn't really go the way I wanted it to. I don't really want it Rose, but I don't want it Puddler or Dalfie or GG, so I think I will go for Rose. It's just such a sideways climb. Yeah, Mara and Rex are. I mean, Mara less so, but they are still, by comparison, tougher. Ooh, we got the ominous music kicking in early. By the way, if it looks like I'm muffing and puffing, it's not anything weird. My mum's a bit unwell today, so we put the eating on full ball just to try and heat the house up. She's under the covers, like, all covered up to try and sweat out whatever it is that's got on her. But it also means that I'm running a bit hot right now. So, it could be a funny sight just seeing me coping with that. The Bad Batch ship is a good one, yes. I wouldn't prioritise it unless you're going for the Bad Batch, though. I mean, if I remember right, the ability that really makes it good during you need gear 11 on one of the Bad Batch crew members. So I wouldn't go for it unless you're going for them. They're certainly not a bad team. I mean, I did that on my baby account. I did Bad Batch way back when, and it's the one reason I wish I hadn't given that account up, because I had a good rally level Bad Batch team, and they were so fun to play with. I think even now I would still call them the most fun team in the game. I'm trying to think of something that might be more fun. Actually, I'll tell you what. I don't think I've got a mod in the channel yet, so we'll just pin that in a minute. What is the most fun team in the game? I like having a question for ask people when they walk in. Starts a conversation, gets the people going. Right, we should ult. There we go. Malgus is kind of fun. I mean, I'm not saying he isn't. I think it's more that he's effective. You know, he does what he needs to do, but I wouldn't really play with the Sith Empire team on offense and go, wow, I'm having a blast here, you know what I mean? There we go. Hello, Ada. I'd say Phoenix have kind of risen. I would agree there. Especially just seeing them all go in and attack. Malicus is kind of fun. To answer your question, drafts, Hans Millennium Falcon here is the best one. After that, Rey, then Lando. You only really go for... Just make sure I press the right button. You only really go for Rey's Falcon if you're going for Rey herself, the Galactic Legend. And young Lando is a kind of side requirement for some of those things. Yeah, honestly, it was just the fact that they brought out Rey's Falcon, I think, to line up with either The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi, one of the two. And then I'm assuming young Lando came out alongside Solo, and then they brought out Hans Millennium Falcon after. So, yeah, it was just basically ship releases. It wouldn't surprise me if they don't do another one at some point. I mean, technically that is true. I mean, I do enjoy the idea of seeing that, but I will admit I kind of would like to also see my fun team attack. It's not really fun losing. Or in that case, retreating. Alright, we've got one lined up here. Who've we got? 6 doesn't want to show themselves. Hubble. Well, that was a waste of time. I've got technical issues here. Come on, I know you're running a few apps, but don't be funny. I mean, I've got Uggy at Relic 5, so it would be kind of fun to use that team just to actually use Uggy. Yeah, there we go. Is this button working now? Well, I was going to say, don't play all the lights. Yeah, I think it's working. Yeah, we're all good. Okay. Just means I can control my microphone if I need to. Like this. Okay. Your Sith team, your level is what is best team. Okay, so what's the best Sith team at your level? Because you wouldn't have Treya at that point, so... Yeah, I mean, I think that's where the trick of that question comes from, the fact that it's a little bit tricky to say, oh yeah, this is your best Sith team, because the best Sith team you could farm might be a bad Sith team, so it's probably not worth farming it. Pen, can I just double check? Am I right in thinking you speak French? I don't think I'm wrong there, but am I right? I was saying to Pen, but you do as well, don't you, Drafts? Hey, happy anniversary of sorts. Yeah, it's alright, it just popped in my head, because I know there's you, there's Charlie. We've got drafts here as well. Let's just try and keep a kind of mental log of the French speakers I know. Right. We've got the turn priority, I think, so we can do that. And then that. I was watching X-Men, the animated series last night. And there was an episode where Wolverine is sort of encounters a Canadian strike force he was a part of once upon a time. It was kind of funny hearing the French Canadian accents and that. I've not really seen it much in television. Makes me wonder if they didn't really know what French Canadian sounded like. Alright, we need to use that ability. Do it there. Sith Marauder is good with this ship. It's the way that the game tends to work that you'll get ships like Sith Marauder that aren't that great on their own, but when you pair them with something strong like the Leviathan and Darth Malgus' ship here, they become better. It's like this ship I've just bought in. The basic ability, if it has 40 stacks there, or above 40 stacks, and the capital ship is Sith Empire, it will lose 40 stacks but then instantly defeat the target enemy. So you couldn't use it with any other capital ship because there's only one Sith Empire capital ship in the game. But it's kind of good. You know, it's kind of a way of amplifying the ship's power, if you like. I mean, is that the same pen as like how I might joke with Fat Kid how English and American are two different languages? I will vehemently disagree with the idea of calling football soccer. Well, I'll sort of... How do I phrase it? I will... when I'm trying to explain myself, I will use soccer to sort of be open about it, but I do disagree with the idea that it was overtaken. But, yeah, it's funny... Sorry, I go on about that so often, but I actually think the Americans got a lot of them right. You know, it's like when I hear sidewalk, I think that makes so much more sense than pavement. But then there's one like that and it just ruins the whole thing for me. That's interesting then. It's like an adaptation of French, a bit like American was for UK. Okay. Yeah, and you've got the fleet climb going on. We're going to relish hitting this guy. I have deliberately slowed down Crimson's fleet climb so I can hit him. He is annoying. A shardmate reached out to him on Christmas Day of all days. And I think he probably had a bit too much to drink, my shardmate, because he doesn't normally reach out to people. He likes having a very small shard. So he reached out and said, Luke, can you just stop being a nuisance and join the shard? Or words to that effect. It was actually quite polite. And this guy just says, no, I like practicing my fleets, goodbye. So I'm like, okay, you want to practice your fleet climb? You don't care that you're interrupting people's payouts? Then we're going to make sure you get interrupted. So that's what we're doing, essentially. And I might also have to do a fleet hop, because this guy's very hot when you hit him. Alright, now I don't speak French, but I'm reading that as pen. I understand... I understand you well in person and speak correct French. I think that's kind of what that might have meant. I was trying to piece together the little bits of French I know. Okay. Yeah, it was a bit selfish of him. I mean, that was the bottom line of what was saying, that essentially he's putting off other people. You know, it's like he'll hit them right before their payout. You know, and rather than everyone sort of having to fight one another, I thought it was actually quite generous of my shard mate to reach out and, as if to say, you know what, can we just draw a line under this and, you know, just try and ignore us at the very least kind of thing. But no, he'd rather do his own thing, so yeah. Yeah, at bars of fish. Even I get that one. No worries, drafts. Like I say, I try my best in French, and I know very little of it. It does get me, actually, because I did try and learn French. I've said this before, but I just never stuck with it. I feel like that's a story of my life at times. Okay. You feel it's more important reading it, as far as you learn better if you read it? You're stuck to SWGOH? Yeah, for better or for worse there. That's a valid point. Let's do that. Are you talking about, like, reading what you said before, or just mean, like, in general? I think I am about to lose Outrider unless we get some good assists. Yeah, I think Outrider's dead. Nope, just about. Okay. Let's pass that there. That might be alright. Okay. Okay, we've got a minute 33 there, but like I said, I'm going to do a refresh because Darth Cross really likes to double tap someone. So I'm actually going to hit Kronos because Kronos has got a really good fleet, so it might make a mirror harder. This is where people like Cross are annoying. You know, I could just sort of wait there for 8-9 minutes or however long was left on the timer, but he could just knock me back and suddenly I'm stuck all fleet climb trying to get around him. And the worst bit is his payout's hours away, so he wastes crystals doing this. He just does it to be an arse. I'm a big believer in that. If you're talking about like being like an enemy of the game, you should be sort of working against CG and trying to maximize your payouts and get as many crystals as you can, not sort of fighting against your other players. I've not actually got anything since Howard. I gave him a little run out on the day, but I haven't picked him up since. I will have to try and run a deck with him. To be honest, I'm trying to settle on a deck I like. I mean, I was running Phoenix Force again earlier. I did okay last night, but not crazy. But yeah, I need to settle on something. I'm being very pernickety again because I don't want to climb with a deck that's meta or overly meta, you know, like I don't want run Lockdown or IEVO or any of these kind of shells. I just want run something completely original or more original. I was going to say, if you think the accent's bad, wait till you see me try and speak French. I probably sound like to you who can speak French as someone who hears English and he is Cockney. But God, that winds me up on US TV when they say, "Oh, it's English," and it's like, "All right, governor," and I'm like, "No, we don't all sound like that." Or the posh one, "Oh, we're very English, very posh," and I'm like, "No. You haven't been to Liverpool if you've heard that." It's not that they have one accent, it's more a case that maybe I can't differentiate them as easily. It's like the other day when I mentioned someone years ago had said, "Can you do a Boston accent?" And I'm like, I know there is a Boston accent, I've heard other people doing it, but I can't actually pin it down well enough to try and imitate it. You know, it's the same for a lot of American ones for me, that, because it's like, I think, like, you hear a New York accent and you're like, you kind of know what it sounds like, but it's very hard to try and do it. Or at least it is for me. It's probably like a practice for the most part. Oh, my opponent's rank is no longer valid. It's alright, if anyone ever done that, you've cleaned your teeth and then have a drink and it's like, oh. Yeah, that was not nice. You know, this happens to me, obviously, but I kind of feel sorry for Marker, who has probably just got 1-2'd by me and Mag. It's like I say, come back on this counter now, and they've probably done the same to me. I'm curious how that sounds like, you know, as far as... Is it like you sound like you're trying to do an American accent, or is it actually like you have picked up an accent but it's more localized to your area? So that's how I'd imagine it. I know there's a thing in England where, like, someone from, say, I don't know, Yorkshire area, for argument's sake, they'd moved down south to somewhere like London, and they'd suddenly sound very yuppie, like, "Oh, tally-ho, oh, I haven't lost my accent, I'm still from Yorkshire." And then when they go home, they sound really northern again, you know. I'm curious if it's similar to that as far as, you know. I don't know why I keep picking on London with stuff like that, by the way. I feel like it's like that posh area, like I'm going to say Chelsea, but I know Chelsea isn't right. But there's like boroughs in London where they will have really posh people, like Eton and all that. That's a waste, but we'll do it. We didn't even use the 50 stacks, Dan. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to think what I can say to you there regarding that. The main thing for you then would be to just deploy your GP. I'm going to go into territory balance in a minute so I can show you what I'm talking about. I'll be completely honest, I couldn't even guess what an Oklahoma accent sounds like by, you know, like a born and bred Oklahoma. But I've got to admit, the idea of putting a bit of French in there does sound like a fun combo. Can we get these? Alright, so I have got to do my TV on Tammin, so we're just going to do that first before GA, because I need to get that done. Although, saying that, what have we actually got to do? Preload. 3 stars. Ooh, wow. Okay, so when I say deploy your GP drafts... Sorry, I was just checking that you haven't got anything. Essentially, you just hit deploy, select all, and deploy whatever your number is. Now, I'm not doing that here because that would be mental. But yeah, essentially that's what you just need to do. In the zone we've targeted, just deploy your GP. To answer your question, Aranya, do you think you spend $10 on Darkside currency, 6 out of 10 on Slacker alt mats? It might be a worthwhile purchase. I'll say that. I think I actually did it myself. But yeah, I'd say it's worth it because you get energy as well, so that means you can start farming car attack. I will admit that would actually catch me out, but isn't Charlie in the same shoes as well? I know he lives in France, but I'm thinking Charlie's American living in France. Sorry, I kind of like that. Alright, you won't be on this map, Drafts, just for the fact that we're doing a different territory battle in this guild. Let me back out of here a minute. Yeah, the interface is slightly different for officers. I thought that's what I said, Pen. Sorry, if I had said it the wrong way around, my bad. But yeah, I know Charlie lives in France because he's posted like pictures of going to Louvre and all that, and I'm like, you lucky git. You know, I'm only up across the pond. Yeah, I'd love to do that. But yeah, Drafts, honestly, this is where we're aiming, so just in this zone, just hit deploy. I've already done it, so I can't actually do it. But same with up here, if you've got any ships, just deploy it. It's just literally do what you can. You should just have one big deploy button here rather than command and deploy. Oh, okay, someone saved 3-star there. That was Sam. Cool. So if I just hit deploy here, man. Yeah, when I'm trying to read this and see what you're meaning, Drafts. Yeah, when deploy, I put all in one of split and both. Yeah, because you don't need to do anything here. Yeah, you don't need to do anything here. That's why we've put the lock on. So you just need to hit deploy there. It shouldn't really matter. It's like here, if I deploy here, I'd just go select all and it would deploy my entire roster into this territory. So it doesn't really matter about teams at this point because it's just about your characters. Yeah, just worry about this middle zone. That's all we're worrying about. You don't need to think about splitting it into the two. And if anything, the top zone is ships. So it won't, unlike here where it has characters and ships, in this territory battle we're doing in our guild, it's just, you have one ship zone here where ships are deployed. And then here we have 2 character zones and we're only deploying in one of the character zones. no problem. Okay. I will come back to territory battles, but that little comment then just got me thinking, who didn't hit it? Well, Sam didn't get in. That's a surprise. Foolish. I mean, they couldn't have got us over a line. That's fair enough. But wow, we just got over 144. Let me just run that command a minute. Ideally 208. We'll go low effort just for the fact that it gives us an idea. Like minimums. Oh, that's rough. If they got layer, surely they want to do that. See me. Ironically, I didn't think to mute me mic then. I know that we're starting to clean house a little bit in JM. I'll have to check, see if we have though. Can we sort by difference percentage? I mean, that's a big gap for Sinister. Even if it's only a little bit, Godoink could get more. And then you got these three who didn't do anything but... yeah. I mean, it looks like McKittridge did well. You shot well over Penn. Adriel's doing good as you'd expect. I actually shot under, I'm surprised at that. Oh! That probably didn't help. I think I only did the 2 battles I did on stream. I forgot to go in with the rest of it. Alright. Well, that wouldn't have mattered much as far as scores, but it was a boo-boo on my part. Alright, I haven't actually heard about that. Do you mean Sam, not Sin? Because I know Sam's been looking for a job. I think it was Sam anyway. I mean, forget the fact that Sam's basically a TB god as far as organising us and all that. I have a lot of time for him because I know he did incredible, in my opinion, with university as far as coming over here to study, travelling back to the US for holidays. As far as I know, he worked while he was here as well, you know. You know, I just have a lot of time for someone who puts all that in. I've messed up here. Right, I didn't know Senna took over Von. It's good to know. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with alts especially. You can take one on thinking, oh yeah, I've got plenty of time, and then life intervenes and suddenly it's like, I can't really juggle them all. It is rough. But yeah, I had no idea that Sin had taken over Von Middlechild. Mariado, thank you for the follow. Hello there. Reminds me of the next Stoke player, that. Actually, an American footballer, Maurice Edu. Played for Stoke, and I say that very loosely because I think he played one game. Yeah, I mean, I've got my 2, thankfully. It's not that bad now, but way back when I had the 3 and at 1.4, it was mental. I mean, now I've got the 2, but I play Marvel Snap as well, so that's another daily thing I do. You know, you'd think there'd be a point that I'd say, you know what, maybe these mobile games aren't ideal for me. My justification for Snap is more a case of I actually get more out of playing Marvel Snap. Yeah, I did play Strike Force a way back. I haven't played it in a couple of years though. I think I stopped playing it when they did ISOs or something. I actually did sell it. I put it on one of those Discords and someone's bought it. I've had a look and they stopped playing it a few weeks after I stopped playing it, so it's just sort of languishing in inactivity now. But, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit odd, you know, I can't help but think, if you didn't want to play it, why did you buy it? But... I mean, I shouldn't judge that. That's the bottom line. You can go into something with the best of intentions and it all goes to hell. That's it. While I'm on Crimson, this is on full auto. Let me have a look here. Yeah. So, Tommy, Kratos, he's reaching out, and if there's no conversations going on, he's removing. So, yeah. Neither of them are on this list here, though. Let me get rid of these, because it's kind of annoying me now. I left these open more as a little reminder of who I was... I'll leave Hoff in, because he's still in the guild. I don't know about some of these, though. I'll leave that one to 80 because we've got Discord. Where did the main ship go? That's the ultimate ability, if you like, of Profundity. So, let me click on my Profundity. Oh, I'm right at the top, do I? Yep, so the idea is during the battle... you're building up to use your ultimate ability. When you do it, essentially, you remove the enemy capital ship. So, you know, like earlier when you said, why don't you kill or take out the enemy capital ship, or the big one? You do that when you're using Executor. So, Executor, you use the Death Star, and it destroys the enemy capital ship. So, yeah, like I say, there are little things like that that happen, but... it's essentially the end move. It's the I win move. Yeah, I haven't played Solitaire in years, but against these SWGOHs, I've said it before, at times I feel like it's taken over my life. It's where I have to try and strike the balance right as far as, you know, I always want to do right by my guildmates, and I don't want to neglect my streaming duties and whatnot, but there are points when I'm like, you know what, I kind of need to step back for a day here, otherwise my mum's going to be feeling like I'm not living with her, I'm just some random person in a house. So yeah, just things like that. Yeah, I think when they do a new capital ship, it'd be nice if they moved away from that. I mean, when you think the last capital ship, really, if we're not counting Finalizer and Radis anyway, which oddly enough has a similar ability, Radis, the last one that really did something unique was Negotiator. You know, so it's been a while since they did something that was really impactful that didn't actually impact the capital ship. Yeah, exactly. It's how I have to do it here. I mean, like I say, I do try and prioritise all this kind of stuff, but my mum was always number one, you know. So I feel like I have to reiterate it to her at times as well, because, you know, like I say, I spend time here. It's like I'll be here, what, 3-4 hours today, about 3-4 hours tomorrow night. So by Saturday, she does want a bit of company, because the thing is, the pair of us are a little bit isolated as well, so we don't see a lot of other people. So yeah, there are times when I feel like I'm not and then I regain my sanity. But yeah, it's like, it's where Saturdays for me, they come in, because it's like, yeah, that's the day we just spend together. We watch a bit of football, we watch a bit of TV at night, we might have a drink, just our day essentially, and then essentially it all depends what she wants next day. I don't think there's such a thing as a badly timed fart. Well, at least as far as noises. I'd rather not drop one on stream, but that's just because it's a bit... it's usually a case of once it starts, it doesn't stop. What team football are you watching? Usually whatever's on. So if Stoke City are on my team, I will watch them, obviously. In fact, I have moved streams around in the past to make sure I can watch them. But other than that, it's usually whatever's on. Unfortunately, in the UK, we can't watch whatever matches we want to watch. We get given a selection. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, I think Silent but Deadly has a different meaning in that scenario, Chris. Let's do that. Yeah, I mean, I was really worried for them when they had that points deduction, but they've come out of it well. Saying that, I do like Sean Dyche, the manager, so I've got my fingers and toes crossed they managed to get out, because if anything, I don't want to see Everton get relegated. They're a pretty prestigious club, so it'd be a real knock to their history, if you like, if they got relegated, but we'll see. Yeah, we're in the Championship. We've been here since 2018 now, so it's been a long time. We keep making mistakes, and I'm hopeful we finally got on the right path. I'm hopeful. But we've had false storms before. We've just hired a new manager who seems to be doing okay. Oh, I didn't know there was a Canadian at Watford. I mean, I can't say I have much for Watford as a club, just for the fact that I feel like they're really very odd with how they treat managers, but again, Stoke have not been great in recent years, so I can't really say much. I've heard of Ishmael Kone. I didn't know he was a Canadian, though. I thought he was... Actually, I didn't know where he was from, but I didn't think he was Canadian. To be fair, the only player I could sort of put my hat on and say I know is Canadian is Alphonse Davies. But I feel like he's like the celebrity of Canadian football. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Alphonse Davies is actually on Twitch, which I find quite interesting. I'm pretty sure after they played in the World Cup or something, he actually went on Twitch later that night and just did a stream. I think he did anyway. I might be making that up, but either way, I just find it quite interesting. Jonathan David at Lille, yeah, I've heard of him. When I've seen him, I haven't been impressed, but again, I get very limited games where I see him. It's probably a case I've seen him up against, like, say, I don't know, I'm trying to think who Canada have played in recent years. Say France, for argument's sake, I can't remember, and it's like, yeah, I've probably seen him at his worst. That might explain it then. I mean, very rough, that. It's alright, I'm confused here. Okay. Oh, I've been bounced out. I think I remember that, yeah. I seem to remember some clip of Davies. So yeah, I think that might have been it. Young-min Son, yeah, he's still playing. He's actually just gone to the Asia Cup, so he won't be playing for Tottenham for a few weeks. But he's actually club captain there right now. I've got to say, I do like Son. There are certain players who I really do have a soft spot for. You know, like there's always that line of, would you sign him for Stoke? And, you know, obviously this is if Stoke were doing well and all that. You know, we take on the heartbeat right now. But, like, you know, even if we we're doing a lot better, yeah, of course I'd take him. He's not only a good player, he seems a good character as well. Yeah, when I watched Canada at the World Cup, they seemed really good. You know, not like, say, enough to like win the tournament, but, you know, still a lot better than I'd seen them in any time in my life before that. So, fingers crossed. Salah in the AFCON when Liverpool play Chelsea may have a chance yet. Yeah, I watched Liverpool last night and they only just came back into it, I felt. So, Salah could be a miss for him. Very nice, Aranya. Prof being on defense and holding is a very unusual sight right now. Yeah, Morocco were a real turn up in that World Cup. And I do remember, now you mention it, I do remember it. I knew there was a game that Canada really were unlucky in. And Belgium did not deserve to go through in that tournament. They were horrendous. So that was unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, as far as that Middlesbrough game, I did watch that one in full. And my God, the weird thing is, right, I like Pochettino. I do think he's a good manager, but it's hard to work out what is going on at Chelsea right now. It feels like it's a striker problem. Like, you're getting chances but not scoring them. But just supposing, like, you bought in Mbappe, for argument's sake, you know, like, arguably the best striker on the planet right now, I'm still not convinced that would be enough for you. You know, I feel like there are more problems. I mean, it's a bit ironic, actually. He asked me that, and then I've just said Mbappe, but that's purely because Man City have got Haaland and they wouldn't sell. I feel like Mbappe is probably the better player of those three right now. Messi is definitely the better, like, at their peak, or at least the peaks we've seen. But yeah, I feel like Mbappe is probably the one that's got the highest ceiling right now and the more flexibility. But I can't knock Haaland. He's been incredible for Man City since he came to the country, and I think the only criticism I would have of him is the fact that he seems very inflexible as far as, even though he will score goals and he'll score a hell of a lot of goals, it means that Man City have kind of got to play to his strengths, otherwise he's not really doing a lot for the team. That's why I'm surprised they went for him. I mean, regarding fast wingers, I'm amazed at Raheem Sterling. You know, he did incredible at Man City, yet he looks a shadow of himself playing for Chelsea. I mean, I'm not going to knock Messi because he hasn't played in the Premier League. I mean, Maradona never played in the Premier League and people always rate him. So it's one of those where I don't knock it. It's just... it's unfortunate. I think it would have been interesting if he'd moved here when he left Barcelona. But that wasn't meant to be. Yeah, I mean, De Bruyne's a big miss for City, but he is coming back now, so that is something. Okay, now that's a hard one for me because I've not seen Platini play, but I would have thought Zidane would still be highly rated compared to Mbappe, just purely because Mbappe hasn't actually had, again, he hasn't peaked yet. He's still got potential to surpass Zidane, but if he will is another story. I'm just trying to think, did Zidane win a World Cup? I can't remember if he won one in 1998. Yeah. I know Henry got one then. Yeah. I wasn't 100% sure. I mean, you'd assume he was in the team around that time, but I just had doubt. But yeah, I think that is something then. I think maybe it does come down to if Mbappe can do similar to what Zidane did and drive the team on to multiple successes. Because, I mean, I suppose he has, really. I mean, they've won the Euros and the World Cup, so they have done two. Or two each. It's an interesting one, that. Maybe it comes down to if Mbappe can win another. I know I'm really basing that on one tournament, but a lot of the time it does come down to the World Cups because the very isolated tournaments where you're working with players who you don't work with day in, day out. So, to an extent, it does make sense that judgments are made on them. It shouldn't be the be-all and end-all, but I can understand why it does define some careers. Where's my music gone? I mean, when I actually started doing my YouTube stuff, I did football because it was something that I was really on top of at the time. And I feel like I've drifted off that a little bit in real life now, so it's kind of... I don't feel as authoritative on the topic, but I try and keep on top of as much as I can. I never saw enough of Ronaldinho, but I wish I had. I got into football just as his decline started, so I do feel a bit unfortunate in some regards there, but it's what happens. Is he? Quite interesting if so. I mean, again, I think that's where it does get interesting as far as... I'm basing a lot on World Cups, like I say, but is that... like the be-all and end-all? It's like, if I was to do that, then how could I categorise the best English player? I'd have to go back to 1966. Which isn't unjust, but, you know, it would really warrant some really talented English players since then. I remember. Again, I can't remember the qualifying status there, but yeah, I remember it was a shock. Honestly, Aranya, I just need to get my TB done. Yeah, you know me, I'm not a bad guildmate, or I try not be. Even if I'm just preloading. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, because the CONCACAF, that's essentially like US and all that, isn't it? So, there were a few big countries in the run there, I bet. I remember the World Cup before that. We had a match against Panama. So, you know, I'd much rather see a Canada in the mix than Panama. It's funny that I had a word with I was training Tommy as our new officer, and I had a line to him about poaching. Oh, has he gone to Toronto? Oh man, I haven't actually seen much about the MLS, and other than maybe bits about Inter Miami. Maybe it's because it's the off season. You know that Wookie bot that it's in our server, the Hermit server, but if not, maybe you haven't heard of it. It's called Wookie bot. It can give TB team recommendations, and it is good. You know, if you're just wondering how to split your teams, you know, it can give advice. What I'd say though, for that node, it's suggesting using JKL lead, and I've struggled with it. Whereas JML there just bossed it. Yeah, I must say, it sounds pretty bad when the government are getting involved. And I would say the same in England as well. If the English government got involved with the FA, I'd be asking questions. Are we talking about, like, the Relic 6 area? I haven't heard about that in Brazil. I know that they've got managerial issues right now, but I haven't heard much about it. Let's start there, I guess. Essentially cooking votes. Gonna hold on to that for a minute. Okay. I mean, I think that's a very weak claim from FIFA. I mean, can you imagine the uproar if they banned Brazil from a World Cup or something? It's like in England, there's charges going up against Man City for rule breaking, and I'm thinking, what are the odds that they all just suspiciously get dropped purely because Man City have got that much pulling power that they know that it would affect the league if they got rid of them. Same principle with Brazil. I mean, I would say that if you can actually go for a match, I would say it'd be a worthwhile experience. Alright, we're out of this one. Maybe I can get lucky and do 2 waves. 1 wave out of 2, sorry. No. Feels pretty bad when a Galactic Legend gets smoked. I'm just saying that, I could just use my Rebel team now. I forgot I got them all at Relic 7. Although I did just use 3PO, so that was a silly move. R2 can maybe cover. Hello there, Breeze, how you doing? Yeah, that was a dopey move. If I'd have realised, I'd put R2 in with them, because if anything, Smokescreen could have kept the Resistance characters alive. Or at least in better condition. Hondo's interesting. It's not bad or anything, but good might be going too far at times. What do I think of the transmission? Are we talking about the Proving Grounds? I'll admit I haven't seen it. I've actually got no Proving Grounds available on both my accounts, which is kind of pleasing, but it's also a little bit misleading because I know I'll need the Malgus ship shards. I'm just a couple of months behind on it. No worries, drafts. Yeah, I was pretty pleased when I saw it. I thought I'd have one to do, but I've actually caught up. Or at least caught up as much as I can. Yeah, I mean, I'm not... Ooh, okay. It should definitely gone Scoundrel on this. Just because you've got CLS doesn't mean you have to CLS. Oh, well. It's a good job it was a preload. Imagine if CLS was like the Conquest CLS. You know, it basically has like 1000% stats and can counter every turn and just one-shot everything. Oh, that'd be beautiful. Have I done the ship mission? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, nothing missing. Let's deploy. All done here. I need to remember to start doing TB earlier in the day. I mean, I am deploying a lot of GP at least, but I know I'm not impacting missions as much as I could. Conquest threw me off a little bit as well because we got that, but because it started on the Wednesday, it kind of meant that I was doing like 3 things on Monday. Okay, GAC. So, in case you missed it, I did go 0-3 on this account last week, so we are looking to bounce back. We, if I'm right, are still in Kyber 2. Yeah, we're just hanging in there. So, we are looking to go for a good start, and our opponent is giving us a chance to have a good start. So, up against Meister Tobuscus. We've got 2.1 million GP on them. That is quite a gap, and I am going to apologise to Maester here just for the fact that this could be a bit of a mismatch on their part. I've got 53 more Zetas than them, 7 more Omicrons, 42 more total Relics, and 45 Relic 5 pluses. We've got Datacron advantage, and to be honest, it's a pretty hefty one as far as I'm only 3 behind on the level 3s, but then I'm just trouncing them on the level 9s, so yeah, that's pretty rough on their side. And then the speed mods certainly are on our favour. So on paper, this looks rough for them. When it comes down to the GLs, they have got 4. I've got 4 technically, although it's more like 3. But thankfully they haven't got anything too much that I would worry about. So maybe Kenobi I would, but we can find a way around Kenobi. Whereas something like a Leia or a Jabba with the Bushkron, they'd be more concerning right now. And finally, they have not got Leviathan, whilst I do. So again, this feels like it could be a rough one for Maester. Yeah, it does feel like maybe something weird happened. I mean, I hope he attacks, I hope he gives it a crack, but we'll see. So I've moved my defense a little bit. I put Akbar down with these really spare tunes. So I'm not anticipating much from this, if we're being honest. I mean, Lando, Luke, and Zeb are kind of just chilling here because I wouldn't use them elsewhere. We've got Sorty with some droid pals. Again, I'm not expecting much there. We've got the Finn Zori team that I use on Crimson, although really I would like to get Zori built up a bit more. And then we've got Jab Jab. So down the south, I don't think I've tweaked that much down here. We've got Sana. We have got Sana with Kara and Han. We've got Tuskens as before. We've got Dash. And we got Rey. So what are we facing? We got First Order without an army, so that's quite easy. GG with BB-8, so there will be a speed bump, but we can cope with that. We've got Bounty Hunters without an Omicron. Okay. And we've got Qui-Gon. It does fill the requirements for a Qui-Gon team, so we'll have to be careful with that. You know, there's no Old Republic Jedi or anything weird like that. So we got Dash, Hondo, Lando, Captain Han, and Fennec. That's new. We got CLS, we got Maul, and we got Newt. Okay. Ooh. I did have a look at this guy's defense, like what he might place, and I did really just have a glimpse at it. I was like, okay, this is all stuff I should be able to beat, so I didn't really think much on it. I don't feel like I do need to think much on it either, but it's now a case of being efficient. So, yeah, I can't really say I get that. I mean, at least there isn't an Omicron on Dash. That would have made it worse. And the Omicron on Ondo at least means they get the first turn. Which makes me think I take CLS in there. Just make it that even if they get the first turn, it doesn't matter. Well, I'll say that they won't get the first turn, but you know what I mean. Yeah, 312. I would like to think if I started with Rebels, I could outpace it. Yeah, overthinking is my game. I'm going to say, well, welcome, Kit. Nice to see you again. Oh, cheers. Alright, let's shut Hondo up. And let's just stun Dash. And Dash will take a turn, then everyone looks pretty quiet, so I think we just do that. Ooh. Okay, cool. Alright, we don't want revives, so you keep quiet. Or die, you know, whichever's easier for you. And just bye-bye. Alright. I like that. Bye-bye. No worries, I will do my best to distract you, Kit. I'm going to say, what's the best Night Sister comp? Alright. Let's go GG droids here. I think that's... my droid should be good for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fingers crossed they go for Newt. I'm evil? How I never. Alright, let's just hit Chewie. Top up GG. Get one counter here. Shouldn't that have spread profit, I mean, extortion around? Oh, of course it doesn't spread with... yeah, it's alright, ignore me. I forgot the kits. I forgot we went onto Newt lead. I will say that sometimes I just need a minute. It's like going through a big file of facts in your head and going, right, let me just find that kit that's got that detail in it. Can say I've also got to like sift through files like naming footballers that used to play for Stoke in like the mid 2000s. Thank you. I keep saying I'd like it if I could collaborate with people on music. As far as the playlist I've got, it's on a website called Epidemic Sound, and it's all copyright-free music. And I would love it if I could say to someone, right, you have a sift through the site, find music, and then I'll play that. You know, it's not my takes, it's other people's. But it's a very difficult site to work with in that regard. So it's possible, but it's just not easy. So, yeah, I just keep saying it because I'm like, I would love to do more music interactions. Well, we know that they haven't got Jabba, so I think we just use Afra. This song actually reminds me a bit of something like Basement Jaxx. It's got a nice kind of beat to it. Alright, so there could be a counter here. It's not a big one, thankfully. Maul's down, wow, okay. BT1's the rule of Mandalore. That's what the rules decree. Armorer's gone. Sadly, we're just hurting ourselves here. And we'll just base it. There we go. Let's just boink you. Alright, nice and easy. One banner dropped. Yeah, I think we'll go with Mon Mothma. We've got Rebels, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I can do something like that. I mean, I don't know if I've actually mentioned it since you've been on the streams, Pen, but I can have it that a bit of music plays when you start talking on stream. So I'm pretty sure I could set something up similar. As long as it's not like a long clip, I'm pretty sure like the copyright things wouldn't get me. It's like when Lord of the Darts pops up. I have a Austin Powers voice clip play for him. Although it does remind me I need to up the volume on it still. It's just a little bit quiet. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, I'll take your word on it. Go on, let's do that. I've heard Konami are quite, oh, sorry, I've just realised you're saying Konami, not Konami. Yeah, completely different to what I meant then, but I will just say at Konami I know are very hot on their own copyright. You hear a lot about Metal Gear Solid videos that just get demonetized on YouTube. I never really get that myself. I mean, it's like, why use music that is just going to get hit like that? But I don't know. Alright, Womp. Let's send you in. Yeah. I mean, I've played a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 5, and I can kind of see why. Plus, I played Death Stranding, and they do that all the time in the game. You know, you literally have the music pop up on screen saying, right, we're playing this song for you. But equally, it's like, I kind of wish that there was something in place with YouTube, and to an extent Twitch, where it's like, okay, this game has music, so if you're playing this game, you've categorized it as that, then the check should essentially verify that you're playing the game so that they know that the song's playing, essentially. True, it isn't Konami, but it is Kojima. Okay, I'm not liking how low my health is looking here. Or my protection, I should say. Okay, we're nearly there with Shaw. Done, nice. But yeah, just going on about Death Stranding for a second there, but one thing that I said to myself when I started uploading them to YouTube, I was like, even though it could hit me with strikes or whatever, I said, I am not cutting the music out. Because the songs in that game are really impactful, usually where they're placed. I mean, sometimes maybe they're a bit but by and large, there is a purpose behind it, I feel. Like, you know, maybe you've had a really long mission, then a song plays and it just makes you feel euphoric out of nowhere. And I wanted to leave that in because I'm like, you know, it feels like the music does suit the narrative. And I go back to it, I kind of wish there was a system in place where, like a game like that, if you categorize your video as Death Stranded in that instance, I would love it if it was like, the people who check it at YouTube or the automated systems, they can just verify you're playing the game and then say, right, we know this song's in that game, therefore we'll let you off with it. But yeah, it doesn't work that way. If anything, I feel like it would be better exposure for the artists, because there's some cracking songs in those games, yet you can't repeat them, as it were. Alright, we got more Mothma. I don't really feel like I can trust my Iden team yet, but maybe I could give them a bit of faith. Just go for a hybrid team like this. Let's see. Saying that there isn't an Omicron either, so that could play a part. I did forget about the lack of Omicron. He isn't, and yeah, that's. I think that's the reason you can watch my stream later. Okay, we get a counter. The adapter die's gone, and everything's just sad. I shouldn't have tried this without the Omicron. I'll have to revisit it. I could just feel that one slipping away very slowly, and I'm like, let's not stand and watch it. Let's go with the Night Sisters. That's another thing I can blame Kit on if it goes wrong. Alright, here we go. The type of algorithm is actually significantly more complicated to execute than you think. It would increase the computing time for that process by a fair bit. I'm not going to disagree with you there, because I honestly don't know. It's where, in a sense, what I say is more I wish rather than I believe. You know, I wish it was, you know, a case that you could do this. But I know if it was possible, it'd be good if they could do it. I mean, you're talking about computing power and whatnot. Would it be wrong, essentially, to say, oh yeah, it might take you longer to essentially work out if something's copyrighted, but we can do it more accurately? Or more fairly? So I think that's the bottom line of what I'm saying, really, that I just wish it was a little bit more fair. Because I go back to it, when I'm thinking of Death Stranding, the name that comes to my mind is a band called Low Roar. And I wouldn't say they're that well known, or at least I'd not heard of them before the game. And I can't help but think they deserve a bit more, you know, more awareness of them. And, you know, I'm like, it'd be pretty cool if you were able to play the music so that streamers could actually, or streamers or content creators can put the music out there and people can actually judge it for themselves. I can't comment on Reva, obviously, but I'd say Maldalorians could kind of fit the bill, especially with ISC and Gar. Alright, so we're going to have to get Kyle. I was hoping he'd die from Plague, but he just wasn't having it. My fun team's a Bad Batch. And say, I won't build them up this year. Ideal on both accounts, but if not both, one at least, because they are just a fun team. I mean, probably the other one I could place down is Ewoks. I do have fun when I'm able to use them. But I feel like Bad Batch have always been like top tier fun. Yeah, exactly. You know, they're definitely a good farm, worth going for. Biggs, are we just playing the can't touch this game? Yep, we're playing the can't touch this game. Okay, add red. Game theory? Not a name I'm familiar with. MatPat? Honestly, don't know that. Sorry, Osprey. Okay, I mean, I'll just be honest. It's not a name I'm familiar with, but fair play. I mean, for what it's worth, I was watching a video yesterday about YouTuber cameos in video games, and half the names in that video I hadn't heard. Let's just do that. I mean, I don't know Tom Scott, to be honest. These are probably names that I should know as far as they've done stuff I'd like, but I just haven't heard of them. You know, certainly no criticisms of them, just for whatever reason it's not a name I'm familiar with. I feel like this is quite literally I just needed some bodies for JML. Yeah, it's definitely budget. Alright, that sucks. Anakin was like, taunt? What's taunt? I could have sworn we got a taunt, let's say that. Oh, he was taunting, great. Shouldn't have put a tank in. I was right, there was a taunt. Just not one I wanted. Alright, 61. I mean, whatever we do at this point, it's massive overkill, so let's just send these in. I almost feel bad for going for that Bob Boba. I haven't tried it. Ever since I got Afra, I've just been constantly using her. But, I mean, Yeah, I think it would actually be tricky now I think about it. The amount of dots that Jabba could put out, it would probably wreck you before you take a turn. Well, you think that the set won't last forever, so they'll probably be alright soon enough. Alright, that was a nice 65. You know, I did hear something about this a while. I say I hear something. This is like an old comp. Or at least a take on it. Yeah, I mean, you've still got the Ray counter, assuming you're not facing any of these really tough Ray comps with Cal and Zaris and what's her face, Sortie. Alright. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, Bastille leads for the protection up because they get the initial jump out the gate. Yeah, we lose JKR, but we can bring him back. Put that on Yoda. Might as well put it on the one who can benefit. Yep. That's another little bonus. Yeah, it won't do much of that, but makes me feel better. I like that as a little criteria, like a little mitigating factor. It makes me feel better. Doesn't actually impact anything, but it just makes me feel good. Okay, so 64, we got through that all right. Might regret this, but I want to just see if we can solo it. Right, we got the leader. Alright, not too bad. Nice and easy. Let's take this in. Yeah, I've got Leviathan. Let's just base it for now. Cleanse the debuffs. You know, that's the only advantage of the isolate on the Leviathan move. At least it means that you're consistently calling Outrider. It's where you wish that there was an ability to make Wire Wing not assist. Yeah, it could be that. I do agree Mace is better, but again, we'll have to have a look to see what his Empire's like. The only other argument could be that he's using Executrix on offense with the Empire. No assists. Groovy. Just a little bit more. 77. But yeah, I am curious. Yeah, he hasn't got Interceptor built. He's got a TIE Defender, so maybe that's what he's thinking. He wants the bonuses with TIE Defender. Interesting, though. Yeah, I keep thinking about Cuphead as far as it's a game that the masochist in me wants to try, but I just know it will make me feel very angry. I haven't actually got Cuphead. But yeah, everything I hear about it is this is like a game for people who just don't like to play games. Or enjoy games, even. Yeah. I know I've said I'm going to have to do some more Jedi Survivor as well. I was doing a ultra hard playthrough, and Marvel Snap kind of took over a little bit. Definitely a skill issue when it comes to me. I'm guessing less so for people who just suck with game mechanics. We've lost a ship, haven't we? It's probably on the Vultures now I think about it. I think we've lost the original Vulture. Yeah, that's a summon. Yeah, Sunfac's going to die in a minute. Alright, that ain't fun. Take your pick of which buffs I'd like to get rid of there. Pretty much every buff in the game, I think, is on that ship right now. Yeah, I wish I got a heal for my hyena. Wow, we've only just got through the first life. Alright, at least the second life was a lot shorter. Yeah, it's a tough fleet. It's more just down to the durability that the Malga ship provides Marauder. I mean, right now, I'm just hoping we can take a turn. I don't think we will. Yeah, we did. We got most of it out. But yeah, that was rough. I shouldn't need all this. Let's take resistance then. We got a holdo here, yeah. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'd already lost too much by the time the ult had gone off. I think when Trench comes out, oh sorry, Trench's ship comes out, because I think we're all assuming it's going to. I think it needs to be a case that if they take ships away from the Malevolence, what they put into the Malevolence has got to provide them with some durability. Even if it doesn't mean that Malevolence is going to be meta like Home 1 isn't. I feel like Malevolence should have more meta relevance than Home 1, just for the fact that it's a harder ship to get. So for me, just give it some durability, make sure that it can heal up a little bit. Because that's the biggest thing that you can't do with the fleet. You can't survive long. You know, if you lose ships, you just got no way of sustaining. It's like back in the day, I'm sure I used to run Plo with the fleet just to give myself a chance to stay alive. The reason people are thinking it's Trench is the fact that it's like how Malgus came out the year before Leviathan. I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way, but I'm just saying that is why people are thinking that. I mean, I think something Old Republic or High Republic could be coming out this year, but I'm not sure it's a ship. I think it's as likely to be a Galactic Legend. And the only reason I think that is the fact that we've got pretty much all of the big eras covered except for that now. Well, I'm so glad they missed that. To a degree, I agree there, Pan. I don't necessarily feel like we need a lot of ships because, I mean, you think about what I've been doing here. I haven't used every ship, in every battle. You know what I mean? A lot of time I'm undersizing, so for that reason, I don't think you need more ships. But like, take the Separatists, for instance, assuming we're right about Trench. We've got five ships, but nothing else really. So that's kind of where I would say we need more, because if you're going to do Separatists, you could do with filling it out so that there's 10 ships, so that 5 can go in each fleet. How you doing, Rebel Man? With a rebel yell. I really used to love that song by Billy Idol. I think it is Billy Idol, isn't it? Yeah. Let's do that and that. I bought out the wrong reinforcement. I should have bought out Iden. I'd have won the battle by now. Yeah, that was sloppy. Finished on 66 though. And we got over 1800 banners, so it wasn't a bad round. It was just, I could have been a bit more efficient at the end there. Plus that drop on Mon Mothma. Still, set a target. By the looks of it, Meester will struggle, so I said it at the stop. I said it at the start. I do apologise for the mismatch because I wouldn't like it the other way round. So good luck the rest of the week, Meester, if you watch this. But yeah, let's get over to Crimson. Crimson's got a mismatch of his own. Just one drop. Oh, hang on, sorry, 2 drops in counting fleet. Dropped on Mon Mothma, we dropped on the Sith Empire fleet. I mean, when you think that if Mace had been leading that, it could have been more difficult. Because, I mean, it's where I do understand what you guys were saying, because with all the sustain that that fleet would get, it'd be hard for me to punch through it, even with Ultra Droids. Ooh. Yeah, as soon as Datacrons get in the mix, it can get really tasty. That's the question. Did you win? Oh. How I see it, Rabble, you just gotta dust yourself off, man. I mean, I say that because it's like me here, right? I went 0-3 last week on my main. I went 3-0 on my free-to-play, where we're going now. And I think that's kind of out of my mentality, as I'm like, okay, I'll probably win one. I'll probably get back on a winning streak this week with Tammin, but I'm probably going to have a bad point in this week with Crimson. It's kind of how your mindset's got to be, that you'll win some, you lose some, just don't get too carried away by it. I mean, especially with this one, I think 3-0, the odds are I'm going to face a toughie. So, as long as you don't get drawn into the losses too badly. And I say that, it has happened to me. I've had, if you've watched me long enough, you'll have seen me when I've had a bad loss, and I'm like, I haven't been in a good mental state. Yeah, I hadn't got Aiden's Omicron yet, so yeah, that did play a part. Night Sisters did win, though. You've infected my brain, sir. You've made me think that Iden is an automatic win regardless of things like Omicrons. There we go. Just getting the plan ready for this round. See if they've stuck to it. Your first round opponent has 4 GLs and 3 GL ships, but it doesn't have a reliable JMK counter. I kind of like that as a, you know, a point of saying, right, if I put my JMK down, they'll struggle. Pretty cool, that. I'm with you there, Ski, as well. I would like to see another trooper come this year. I mean, when you think we've got the 5 for Veers, I don't know if you've started putting Dark Trooper with DTMG, but me personally, I love keep it with Veers. But then the 4 you put with DTMG would probably come from Iden. So yeah, I know they said that maybe you could put DTMG with Maul and then keep the Iden team together in GAC, but is anyone doing that? Okay, so there are JMK counters in there, but that is where the reliable bit comes in. It's like Slacker, you could do it with something involving GBA Watt, I imagine. What would I'm just trying to find that line, there we go. Ray, I think you need Ray Cat for that or something like that. So again, maybe it's possible. C, you can do it with Thrawn, Armourer, Watt, and GBA. And then JML's actually quite a hard counter. I mean, you got to play your cards right, like Aranya says, but it is quite a hard counter. Yeah. I mean, that's the bottom line. If they know what they're doing, they've got a chance. If they don't, you're in good luck. All right. Now, I haven't actually looked this up, and I'm going to do it now because it's kind of nagging at me. This name, I feel like I've seen it before. So, if we go here, type Exa the Kun and JJ's Productions. Nope. Alright, so if I face this guy, I have not actually put him in my chapters. But I feel like I've seen this name before because I'm sure I've made a bad joke about it, how it sounds. So, yeah. Let's see what he's got. So the 1.8 million ahead of me. They've got 52 extra Omicrons. 52 extra Zetas. I've got 4 extra Omicrons. 59 total relics more. 46 relic 5 plus is more, so not great. I've got Datacron advantage, but to their credit, they have got a hell of a mod advantage. I mean, they're actually flooring Temin as far as mods, so yeah, I'll give them the due. This is going to be a very tough matchup on the mod front. And it doesn't get any easier because they've got everything except for Leia. So, yeah, this is not good. And finally, no surprises, they have got Leviathan. So, we've got a lot of things missing here. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, fingers crossed, I think I might need it. They've got 1762, so they have dropped a few banners. Let's see how they got on. Nothing on my Night Sisters, nothing on my Maul team, or Darth Maul team I should say. Nothing on Qui-Gon, and nothing on FOTP Army. Malgus didn't hold, Bam didn't hold, but we did get holds off Rey and Finn Zori, so the Resistance is doing work for us. I like it. I wasn't expecting too much from Ben. I managed to get him to Relic 7 before lock-in. I was chuffed to bits with that because it took crystals and hoarding and all sorts to get Ben done, but we got there. And he has got his unique army, so we have got things going there. And I've said it so many times, I think people underestimate this Finn Zori comp because I think in people's minds they see that it's not Finn Poe and they go, oh, it's not as good then. But I don't think people check Zori's speed. You know, she's as fast as a hero Finn is. So she will take the first turn and get them all going. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just over-egging it, but I don't know. I think people do sleep on it a little. Okay, so no holds back here. I wasn't really expecting anything, to be honest. I mean, these two teams are trash. I've just put them down to put something down. And the Bounty Hunters have just got power rather than anything substantial. At the moment, I'm kind of looking for contenders to fill those two spots. So for now, they're kind of just there doing the thing. We got a hold with Malevolence, that's nice. But Executor and Negotiator were one-shotted. So we got wiggle room. That's good to see. So we're facing Sana, and oddly enough, they've put Hondo in with the Omicron. I say oddly enough because I did actually think about putting Hondo in with Sana originally, but I got turned away from it. But interesting that someone else has followed through with that. We've got the old Republic team that I saw in the history for what he's done before, but I thought he wouldn't keep that on defense because it might have worked with an old Datacron set, but it doesn't now. Oh well, that works for me. We've got Adrad, and we've got a Rey team with Sortie. Thankfully no Zaris and L3. Down the south we've got Dash, Qui-Gon, Malgus, and Lord Vader. Okay, let's show you the plan. So this is what I came up with. And it all looks pretty much as expected, except for Jabba. I was expecting Jabba on the top wall, and it isn't there. What was there instead? Sana? Yeah, Sana. There we go. So, something from this back wall could have shifted there, so we'll deal with Sana later. But we've got the 4 teams we need to think about here, so that's the main thing. So, let's just back out of that. Just out of curiosity, what do you guys feel like Sana needs in general? Because I like the character. I like the idea of the kit that she's trying to bring out. You know, she wants to make Scoundrel tanks better. She wants to make, well, Rebel Scoundrel tanks better. She wants to make Rebels hit harder, it feels like. I'm just curious what anyone thinks maybe that team's missing, because I don't think it helps that it's a TW Omicron. So maybe she needs something that really hits well in GAC. I mean, I'm curious if putting Princess Leia there might be nice, because I've got the Omicron for that. Yeah, I mean, I think that is a valid point, but I feel like Afra's the big non-GL counter. So I wouldn't, personally anyway, I wouldn't leave Jabba on offense purely because someone's, just because of that, you know what I mean? Afra's the big one for me. Here we go. GL Han. I mean, it's been a while since we had a Han. I wouldn't rule it out. I hope we don't, but I wouldn't rule it out. What did they actually call Slave Leia in the game? Hut Slayer Leia. You have to laugh how they were like, we can't call her Slave Leia, so what do we call her? And so you can't count them all on one hand, so you're going to have to get a hand. Don't think we need a Cron here, but have we got anything scoundrelly? Ability blocks. So nothing too crazy. I think we go for the L3 one. I don't think it makes too much difference, but I think that one's just got some nice stats behind it. They're both 5% stacking crons, so... Alright, Maul is in this team, so I'm going to put that onto Kenobi. I have a thing where if Maul's in the team, it goes on Kenobi. If it's not Maul, Cat. Okay, so let's do that. Just try and get Kenobi back to low cooldowns there as soon as possible. Plus, when you think, they spend a lot of time hitting General Kenobi and not doing anything. Although, we'll give this guy some credit. The relics on this little Vader team are a little bit annoying. Yeah, R7 Royal Guard is not squishy. Alright, Padis is going to take a turn in a minute. Sadly, we can only base it. You think, though, Kenobi's still taunting and damage immune, so we're doing good. Oh, you little lucky sod. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Okay. Got it. Got him. Yeah, let's just get rid of Royal Guard. I feel like Stormtrooper's squishier, so we can get through that quicker. I'm going to just start there just to weaken him up a little bit, but I'm aware that General Kenobi's got no protection of any sort right now. Okay, that's unfortunate. Alright, can we... Yep, we can. Words fail me sometimes. Give it a go. You know what, I kind of like that. I mean, I don't know how it would explain the de-aging and all that, but I like it. Like, do any of you guys dream of what you're like when you're older? Okay, that's alright. I think Saviour just triggered on General Kenobi. I haven't really had the chance to ask anyone around you. Maybe when I meet Harrison Ford, I can ask him. Although, I'd be surprised if he didn't just basically give me a big middle finger for asking such a question. I don't want to talk about the Star Wars. Really? Love Vader, you're a party pooper, do you know that? Okay, that was a waste, I should have cleansed. Let's do that. I can't even try and do Wookiee, as you can tell. Oh, that was bad. Okay, let's go in for another one. We got Sith Eternal here. Let's give him Watt. We could probably get away without Watt, to be fair, but with the Relic 9 on Malgus, it's just safe. There's only one ability block in the team. I'm going to go back to it. I do get why they've done this with Bane. It's like everyone does something like this, so it's like it allows Watt to go a trench, and even if people don't really want to use trench, it just gives them the option, doesn't it? I think the weird thing is, right, they needed to do it the other way around. They needed to do Bane and then do Trench, because it'd be like, oh, okay, so that's why we were given a thing so that we didn't need Watt there. Or maybe people would have been like, oh, well, Watt hasn't got home right now, and then they'd have been asking the question. But yeah, the order it came out, and it's like, I mean, for sure, it makes sense. My point was more like, I can understand why it would have made more sense the other way around. Thanks, whoever did that. Malgus, you suck. No, you suck. It went alright. Crimson got box 5, which is probably higher than I have for a lot of Conquest of late. Temin just got there on the last knock-ins with box 7, so we're on course on both. I've actually managed to make it a little bit easier already for Temin next time because I hadn't got Paz's Zeta. So as soon as the Conquest ended, I applied a Zeta to Paz. That way I'll just be able to knock out that heat feat a little bit easier. Oh, unlucky Rabble. I mean, I feel like this one I suffered a little bit as far as with it starting around Christmas. Even though it wasn't Christmas Day, it's still around Christmas. You're kind of busy around the time, so it's hard to say, all right, at night, I'm definitely going to play this. And even then, it's like, do you really want to? So a few of those early days, I did it, but I can't say I was playing as well as I could. So, yeah. I'm definitely glad that it's over. Even if it's only for, what, 10 days? Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit higher for me, but the main thing is that Zeta. Put that on and it'll just keep applying, won't it? So, I'm happy. Not as happy as Larry, but I'm happy. Oh, you don't have the Zeta? That'll slow you down a bit then. Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, I did say slow you down, I never said stop you. That's the thing, I thought I got the Zeta, so I was just planning on doing it in like a couple of spam battles, and then I realised, oh crap, I actually need to work to get it done, so I was like, nah, I'll just skip heat, and I just did it another way. I'm hoping Cal comes around by the time the next one appears, but I highly doubt that. If I'd got, like, the Cal Kestis one available, I would have been able to do it without doing Ewoks, which would be fantastic. But I ended up having to do the Ewok kills, which it was doable, but I just didn't want to do it. Hello, Astald. How are you? How's your... Was it your mother that has been unwell? I'm trying to remember what you'd said on Discord. Yeah, I imagine What Especially will put out a lot of debuffs with that. There we go. AoE, be gone. Yeah, if anything, I was thinking along those lines as far as I imagine there would be a lot of dots appearing very fast. I'm glad it went well. I think I've said it to you before, maybe not. My mum's had a lot of hip operations in her life. She's, I feel like she's a veteran of the operation. So it's one that I feel like I have a little bit of knowledge on. So I'm just glad that your mum's got through all right, because I know there can be, I wouldn't say complications or anything, but, you know, it can be a little bit of a rough post-op at times. So I'm glad things are still doing okay, even if she's in hospital, you know what I mean? Let's do that. And L3, bye-bye. Really? Alright, 64. Did you think I wouldn't save my Jabber counter? Well, that's a different Finn team than I've ever seen before. Okay. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Get some crit damage in the side. I might try Ewoks on Sana just to be salty. Or maybe the Finn team. And our turn order is perfect, so that's looking very, very good. Because now we can poke again, get rid of the damage immunities. And next turn we can just delete them. Greedo, I know you think you're doing things there, but honestly, all you're going to do is just drop me a banner or two. I mean, potentially they're better, but how I see it, I'd rather not mix and match. I mean, if you got Daka and Zombie and all that kind of stuff, maybe it's worth doing it, but for me, I haven't got them built, so I might as well just use full first order. There we go. Alright, wait for the beat drop. Oh, I forgot about that thing. The game had to ruin it. Let's go for Special Forces, who, for some reason, is a Relic 7. Platoon, maybe? I mean, having Special Forces at Relic 7 and Stormtrooper at 5 is an odd one. You know what, full auto. I don't really want to click this the entire way. There's some battles you just know you're alright. I mean, the thing is, there isn't even the army here. But I think even the army we could get through it. There's timeout risks, but it's not like it's, oh my god, there's an army. Didn't even need the insta-kill, or whatever you want to call it, the massive damage. All too easy. Go on, we'll send the Ewoks in here. They haven't eaten in a while, so they're probably hungry. Yeah, Savage is just I wouldn't say he's god tier, but early on especially he's god tier. Alright, let's go for low grey. Put Daze there. I know I need to do SWGOH on my main account. At some point this year, I'd like to do my Sith faction, just try and improve them a bit more. They had a big boost this year with Leviathan, but they are due a really big upgrade. There we go. That taunt didn't do as much as you thought there, Finn. In fact, it probably helped you less than you thought. Oh, that sucks. Once she's Relic 7, it won't happen again. Yeah, I mean, I've got speed on Paplu. I've got, I haven't got the army, but that's just because Nisa's not ready yet. So, I think they'll still do me good. I mean, like I say, I had them at this route level before Datacrons were even a thing. Oh, of course, yeah. But I wanted to just be cute and use my new shiny Ewok. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that's the thing. My Elder's Relic 7, so it wouldn't have died. Therefore, it would have been better. But Ski's right that that is the lineup you should use. Essentially, I was just getting practice in. Right, Treya. Scion, Nihilus. Talon, and you know what? We're 4-man. We gotta try and be efficient just for the fact that even though they did drop a few, they have got a lot of advantages on us, so we don't be casual. There's no tank, so we haven't got to isolate a tank. I figure we'd just put it there. You guys are watching. Have I dropped any? Oh, nice damage. Alright, Halbatrid. We don't do what Arnold did all those years ago. Let's get Pow. Hit Biston, or try to hit Biston. Bye-bye, Rad. Bye-bye, Jin, and let's just wail on Cassian. $62. Okay, we got Palpatine and Jedi. It's the debut of my R5 Old Ben. And we can actually use the Decron on the team. You mean to ask, is Hera Omicron worth it? You got Phoenix at R5, but Rex is only 5-star for now. I would say not so much. If you were going to prioritize a Cron for the Phoenix team, it'd be Rex. If you've got Rex, it wouldn't hurt. But yeah, I'd prioritize Rex's Cron over Hera, and I'm saying that to myself as well. I need to get Rex's Cron. Hero, hello there. You lost your gap this week. This week's gonna be rough because you won all 3 rounds last group and jumped to Kyber 1. Whew. Well, good luck in Kyber 1. I won all 3 on this account last week, and I'm in Kyber 2 this week, so it's a bit of mirroring. But yeah, good luck. Fred, I guess 1 on ships on the other account, but nothing detrimental. Oh yeah, if we're talking about ships, yeah, we did lose 2 on that account. 1 on ships, 1 on Mon Mothma. Hey, nice little bit of symmetry with us as well. I mean, our guild doesn't do anything like that. Like, we don't mandate Omicron investment or anything like that. But how I see it, if a Stald wanted to do it, then it'd be something that I'd put forward for defense, just for the fact that I know it can be a little bit annoying. That Inspired isn't going away easily. Although I don't think we're critting, are we? Oh, okay, that was a stonker of a hit. Okay, nothing crazy. Okay, the ult's there, so we're good in that regard. Can I have 2-meter tracker, please? Thank you. So we'll do the AoE stun again. I say it's as if there's multiple stuns in the team. Yeah, let's go for Sortie, I guess. Clear the stealth if we can. Oh, that was a bonus. Alright, so everyone's damage immune, great. We're getting there, Jordan, we're getting there. I mean, for what it's worth, Estelle, that's kind of my mentality with TW. I think if I can apply a Datacron, it makes us a little bit tougher to be on defense. I'm more than happy to apply one just for the fact that, you know, I'm open about this. I don't particularly enjoy attacking in TW. It's not where I feel I contribute the most to the game. So yeah, I don't mind putting TW Omicrons on, because it means even if I'm not attacking, it means something is somewhere in TW I'm benefiting the guild. Alright. We just about unging that. Right, we're going to aim that at Ben, even though I don't think it really matters. 65. Yeah, if I have my option, I'd go heavy defense. I need to sit down one day this week and set out a new TW plan. It wouldn't surprise me if it's got an offense, Osprey. I haven't seen footage of it, but it wouldn't surprise me. You JMK lost to Love Vader. You know, Love Vader is usually a joke, but sometimes with high Datacron, it can be tough. I lost last week with Raven and Grand Inquisitor in there. That was a bit of a tough one. It was JMK as well. So, I think the best thing I can say is you do get rounds like that where essentially it's just a very good compositional. The crons are strong. Yeah, you just have to kind of roll with it. Is there tenacity down in this team? Oh, I'm saying that Hondo could capture a Wampa, so not what we'd want. I haven't done that myself. Well, I haven't got Raver, but I can imagine that's a really good feeling. I mean, just the fact that you haven't got to worry about the insta-kill, that alone is worth price of admission for me. Okay, so we can't call gas, so let's just call arc. That's an interesting question. I'm assuming Hondo wouldn't disappear if gas sits. Alright, now gas is in the game, I'm feeling a bit better. Although, now is also the time he takes a nap. Alright, we're hanging in there. Okay, so 5s goes down. Hey, we're on YouTube as well! Hey up, Rebel! Okay. I do hope the YouTube streams benefit people in some way, because just supposing, like, you're not able to catch it on Twitch, it's on there, and, you know, it's just one of them things where it's just kind of helping me. I mean, I have not done the videos, if you like, from the streams of late, but I'm going to try and set aside some time this week and put chapters on all the streams that I've missed. That way, at least, you know, if you want to see battles or anything like that, you can just skim to them. Yeah, I think we might just use more DeLoreans. Yeah, I think it was from when the Old Republic Datacron was a thing. That's what I'm guessing anyway, and he's just been a bit lazy and not changed it. Okay. I think Grogu's next week, yeah. I mean, I thought it'd be this week, if I'm going to be honest. That sounds like something that you'd say before a lad's night out. Prepare for double and make it a double. Don't know why I tried to make that even more northern. Okay, we got the 3 stacks, so we're going to put that on Maul just so he keeps countering. Can't ignore taunt on 4, so we just do that for now. And I went easy last time, so we're not doing that again. And so, Iran, you just want in on the action. Let's just base it there, get another Beskar on us. At this rate, Bo might need it. I haven't actually seen, I'm assuming someone around here has heard. What is the, like, Bo-Katan Mandalore team right now? Like, who's made the cut? I mean, I know Arnold did a video, but I haven't seen it. Well, I'm surprised Armor didn't make it. I'd have thought she'd have been clutch, but maybe that's just so that she's useful elsewhere. Okay, that kind of makes sense, because I can imagine maybe the AI for Armor uses the Beskar Armor early. Bobo, Bam, IG-12, Paz. Okay. I mean, I felt Bam had to make the team. I know people were thinking maybe not, but I'd have been surprised if not. And Bo makes sense because of the protection and health recovery you get. But I did wonder, I was like, will it make it, or will it be a bit different than what I thought? It's alright, I went in there thinking, oh yeah, we'll use Rebels, and I was like, hang on, there's no Leviathan or anything here. And so he's giving me an easy time here. I'll tell you what, I will actually take 2 reinforcements just because it's triple attacker. I mean, I can imagine the true damage is a lot worse there. I remember something in Bo's kit about true damage being a big thing. Okay, let's do that. Are you talking about those who liked Taskface last week? I saw his Discord posts about it, and I was thinking, you poor sods. More so because I haven't watched, but I assume Tass and those like at the top, like Aesop Rock, didn't like set them something easy. Oh man, you'd think they'd fix that by now. I mean, that's just cruel on them. I mean, I know they're getting kind of 1 daily income, but they're also getting thrashed every round. You killed Lil Vader with Bambirds. That's pretty cool, that. You know, if you can get it done. I'm assuming it's with bounty hunters, and maybe the bounty hunters died and Bam was just last one standing. Oh, it was a BAM team. Okay. Was it like a solo Lord Vader? Because I could believe that would work. You know, you could probably have a tank in there just soaking up some of the dots. Yeah. That makes some sense. Let's do that. I've just realised Silencer isn't here. I was looking for it as if to say, well, you know, when am I going to hit it? And I'm like, I can't hit it. I mean, that I can't answer, but why are the finalisers on defence without Silencer? I'll go take a duck. Alright, let's do that and that. Alright. Just gotta go let my dog out, so BRB folks. Why is my screen not on? Okay, there we go. How long does letting the dog out take? I'll have you know, she was struggling. And say, I don't know about us humans, but I think we do have days where we can't just do our business as we want. Same for a doggo. Okay, let's wrap this fleet battle up. Finalizer? There. Ooh, no, I want you in there, just for giggles. But yeah, she's fine, although I must admit, I think she's just been cheeky. My cat's been under my desk the entire time, and I swear she just moved her. My cat's now sitting upright, and my dog's underneath the desk. Oh. It's as if she says, move, I'm sitting there. It makes me laugh even more, because she never does that. Timid little thing. Alright, turn meter up. Pass that there. Crit immunity is not ideal. I'm going to say Dottie has just moved Trudy. Let's get Echelon on the board. Okay, we're nearly there. Dottie is the dog. Let's do that. Oh, you jammy sod. Oh, okay. Well, Echelon, you did tank a few hits at least. Oh, you jammy sod. There we go, be gone. That honestly felt like it was just trying to troll me. Alright. 65, at least we got out with some banners. And we did win the round. So I'm taking that. That was definitely a good round, considering I felt like we were at a disadvantage with all the stats. But they placed some sus stuff. I can't really say I know what they were doing with some of it. But yeah, we'll definitely take it. I mean, it wasn't even a small win. It was, what, 38 plus 19? So 58? 58 banner advantage? 57 even? Yeah, 57. So that was actually quite good. You know, that was literally showing for the couple of battles they dropped. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. Good start to the week as well. I think we put a strong showing in on Tammin as well, even if there's still something to go there. That's my guildmate, Joe. Okay, let's go here. You've asked that a lot of times lately around here. How many times have I actually gone into Snap? What time is it? 5 o'clock? did GeoGuessr a little bit ago. Yeah, we did, because I've actually got it on my stream thing, or I had it on my stream thing for a little bit. Trying to think when that was. Might have been New Year, actually. Just before the New Year break. Okay, we got the high ground. Okay, so there's the lightning. Yeah, that could have been it. I know we did it. I think it was when there was a voice chat going on as well, I think. Yeah, because I think Chris was in the chat as well, I think. I'm having doubts now. Okay, so not looking too bad here. Don't need to do any guild stuff. We got GA done. Don't think there's any events I can do. So yeah, we're all done for the day. We have an awkward time as far as the break, but it's not the worst thing. Let's clear that. All right. So, well, just for keeping in mind what you're saying, Aranya, I probably will start doing different things like that. The main time I do it is when I'm doing something like Conquest, just for the fact that I can then just dip into that. Whereas when I'm doing my GAs, I just like keeping it GA. So I know next week, or I'll say next week, the week after, when we've got GA break, I won't do something other than Marvel Snap. I might do... I won't do Jedi Survivor ideally, but I might do Hitman. See how I feel around the time. But fingers crossed we get some... we get something different going on. I want to stream to my Let's Play channel as well, so I've got that in mind as well. But yeah, it's been relatively quiet today. It's been a very short stream, it feels. But quick thank yous. We've had a follower in the past 24 hours, I think, from Carl Hates CG. I mean, you do you there, I guess, Carl. And we had a follow from Mario Edu earlier on, so thank you very much, Mario. But yeah, let's get a raid launched. Let's see who's online. So I can see Braze Phantom and Nev. So it's a toss-up between those two. I'm inclined to go to Nev, but I also recognise that Braze Fan's raided me a few times, so I think Braze Fan does win out. So we'll set that up. Has it gone, or...? Yep, we've got the raid launched. Alright, so we'll be back tomorrow night. We're going to do round 2s. And yeah, we might do some other stuff. I don't know. See how early I start, and we might actually start with something different. Alright, folks. Catch you then. Bye for now. Let's get the raid launched.